What is going on, everybody? Welcome back once again to the channel. Alright, so today I have a quick little review for you guys for a film titled Not Without Hope. This is a film I didn't know was released this last year. I had no idea about it. I did not know about the story, which is this film is based off of the true story, which occurred back in 2009. This film is turned into a catastrophe, an unexpected catastrophe that occurs if you guys haven't seen it. And everything just turns into a fight for survival. Um, and the title itself says it all, right? There is definitely hope emphasized throughout the film, and friendship and teamwork and all of that, right? So the cast here that I recognize, right, is, well, Zachary Levi, or Shazam, right? Everybody knows him as Shazam. He plays this character named Nick Schuyler, which is our main character in the film, and the survivor of the true story. And, well, I was a little nervous, first of all, when I saw that Zachary Levi was going to play the main character role in this film. Not because he's a bad actor, but just because I know him more as a comedic actor, just based off of the films of Shazam. And then I've also seen him in the Thor movies, replacing one of Thor's friends. I forgot who exactly it was, the friend that he replaced, because the actor that originally played one of Thor's friends, he had to go to work to another show, and Zachary Levi replaced him. And even then, as serious scenes came out with him, he was very comedic, he was very charismatic, and I definitely liked him as an actor because of those qualities that he had. Even in real life, he seems that way. So when I heard of this very serious story, the serious is grounded story, especially based off of a true story, that consists of lots of tragedy and things like that. And I knew that Zachary Levi was going to play this. I was a little nervous because of those reasons. But I have to say that his performance was phenomenal. It was so good. Now, even though there was some scenes where I was like, I can almost, like, especially when he's screaming and things like that, I can hear the comedy in his voice. I don't know if you guys could, but I could definitely almost hear him screaming at Shazam or something. But no, I really invested myself into the film. I was engaged in the film, and every moment that I saw him perform, right, as like sentimental or extremely distressed, all of that, I definitely believed it. He did such a good job. And, well, we have other actors in this film as well, so that were part of his friends, that they all went together with him. And I'll explain the story here really quick, but I think that here the names of the people are Will Bleakley, Marcus Cooper, and Corey Smith, right? These are the four people, including Nick Schuyler, that went out and faced this tragedy. The cast here in this film was, of course, Zachary Levi, and then Josh Duhamel. Okay, hopefully I didn't pronounce his name wrong. And I've seen him in other films. I just never really knew him too much. He's playing a character named Timothy Close, and he's playing the captain of the Coast Guard. And then we have other actors that are cast in this film, like Floriana Lima, playing Paula, which is Zachary Levi's character's wife, and Quentin Blair as Marcus Cooper, Terrence Terrell as Corey Smith, and finally Marshall Cook as Will Bleakley. Okay, these are the four friends that face this tragedy, right? And of course, we have other actors that were playing other characters in the film. But I don't want to cover too many things, too many actors here. You guys will see them for yourself if you watch the film. But what happens is, well, these four men that are located in Florida in 2009, right? So they go into this like fishing trip into the ocean, and they go out like pretty far into the open ocean. I think they even go like past, like outside of Florida, into what is now called the Gulf of America, right? And so right there is where they get caught in a storm. And unfortunately, one of the things that I was like, oh, already aware, like already kind of seeing it coming, was the storm, right? Because in the beginning of the film, the character one of the characters, which is the person that's in charge of the boat, he said that there was a storm coming in like about 3 or 4 hours, and to not worry about it, that they'll be back, right? But during this sail out into the ocean, they stop at a certain point and they fish there, and the weather looks clear and it's totally fine, right? But then the guy pushes a little further out, and so Zachary Levi's character, he's pretty much telling him, hey, like this is as far as we should go. It's we should just stay here, right? And on top of being like seasick, right? He's telling him, hey, we should just stop here. But the guy's like, all right, come on, let's tough it out. Let's go out a little further, catch some real fish out here, you know? And so, yeah, as soon as the storm hits, right, they're pretty much saying, all right, clouds are getting closed in and on the top, right, and or gathered on the top. We need to get going. Let's head back home. They're starting to see clouds everywhere, and they're getting ready to leave. And as soon as they turn on the boat and they're about to head out, the anchor of the boat is like they pull it up, right, to like put it away, to head on out. But the anchor gets stuck on this really hard like stone under the water, and they can't get it like to come back up. They can't pull it out of there. So all four of them pretty much team up here, and this is where the friendship part of the film highlights right here, right? Like teamwork and all that. So they like pull it up, and then the thing is just not coming out. It's not coming off, and the guy tries to turn on the boat. The owner of the boat, he turns it on and just kind of like steps on the engine and or in the gas or whatever, and then the boat just won't go, right? So the boat's just kind of lifting up, and they're like, "Oh, hit it a little more," like, and the boat's just not going. So unfortunately, while they're doing that, there's a wave already starting to build at the distance in front of them or in front of the boat. But they don't see it. They don't realize that because they're all focused on pretty much pulling up the anchor. So this wave eventually hits them, and they notice it, but it's way too late. They're like, "Oh, everybody, hold on!" And so when this wave hits the boat, it flips the boat over, and well, this is when everything goes south, right? It pretty much capsizes the whole boat, and now they're pretty much all in the water, and they're all swimming back to where the boat is. Fortunately, the boat didn't fully sink down, right? You can still see the bottom part of the boat sticking out on top out past the surface of the ocean, and they all just kind of hang on to the boat. And now the whole story, the whole film focuses on this scene. We're like stuck. We're like almost part of what's going on with these guys, right? We're with them the entire film. And we get these back and forth scenes with like the Coast Guard. As soon as they find out there are some people out in the ocean, because they notice that the truck is still there, right? Somebody's truck is still there, even when they close down the area where the boats are. There's still somebody's truck there, so that's when they eventually identify who it is by communicating with like the families of these men. And now it's pretty much a search and rescue, and it's just all a constant like search and trying to find these men. Now, the thing that I found super, how would I say it, like annoying or repetitive in this movie, even though this is a true event, is how there was about four different rescue or like chances of these four men to be rescued, and I hated it that not one single one of these four, like there was a plane, a helicopter, a boat, and then another boat, and neither one of these people that were passing by or sailing by or flying by, neither of them saw these four men floating in the ocean. They didn't see the lights. They didn't see the flares that they were taking out to call out for help. They didn't see any of it. So that's what was bothering me so much. And this whole film keeps you so tense because the way that this is filmed too is like right at the ocean level. Like, so the camera is pretty much like right where the ocean waves are hitting. And so it feels like you're also drowning in the water with these men. So I understand what they were doing here to make you feel like you're part of this situation that's happening. But I do feel like it was a little too much sometimes. I did want to see a little bit more clarity in some of the scenes. And then I'm not saying the whole film was filmed like this, but most of it was. And I think that a lot of it was just a little distracting. It's just a nitpick of mine, right? So, but it was a little tiring the way that was being shot, where it looks like the camera's right on the surface of the ocean, and you can see the waves right in front of the lens, And then when there's lightning or thunder, rain, the camera lens is all filled of like water drops, and it gets really distracting, you know. But apart from that, you're very tense throughout the whole film because of all of these types of opportunities or chances they had to survive. But neither of them see that, see these four men, neither of these people that were passing by. So it was just crazy, man. And I mean, these four men, they start off as like pretty much supporting each other, like, hey, let's try to lift the boat over. And then they try it as a team, right? And they have this saying that says, I am a winner, we are winners. No, I am a winner, you are winners, we are winners. Something like that, right? Maybe I might be saying it wrong, but it's what they say during like football practice. And as you may know, and one thing I forgot to say is that these are all football players, these guys that were stranded in the middle of the ocean. And I think the character that Zachary Levi plays is the coach. And they have this cheering, the type of saying where they all just pump each other up, and they're, to eventually motivate each other to achieve something, to survive, right? But unfortunately, right, they can't flip the boat over, so they just stay there the whole time. And since there is no help coming for these guys, well, they start to develop. First, it starts with one individual that takes off his shirt during this process of them being like out in the ocean in the boat, right? And unfortunately, he develops hypothermia. So he starts to like kind of just lose his mind and just scream and act very violent and tries to take his shirt off. And all of these things start to happen to him. And then this is when it brings you to like a desperate state. As you, as a viewer, you're like, oh my God, this is terrible. Like, somebody please come save these guys. But unfortunately, there are losses. There are tragic losses in this film that you wish did not happen. But we know towards the end, since this is a true story, that there was one survivor, which was the character that Zachary Levi plays. And it's not just hypothermia. Like, they face dehydration, and then just the hypothermia alone is a lot of things that happen to the body, right? It's even explained in the film, just to kind of clarify what that is exactly, and also for you to almost feel it when it's happening to these individuals. So, it's just like they start to lose their mind, they hallucinate, and then they start feeling hot, and they just like throw themselves into the water. They just go crazy. There's not enough oxygen entering the brain. There is poison in the bloodstream. All of these things are explained during this, during one of the scenes in the movie, where the process of dehydration that this first character faces is just horrible. It's really sad to see it happening, and not only happens to him, but to others as well. Not only do they face this, they face sharks as well. So later in the film, there are sharks also that try to eat remaining survivors, of the boat crew. And it's just insane, how everything happens in this film. So I think as for the sequence of events, there's no way for me to critique it or anything like that, because I want to be respectful to the true events. But I want to talk about just the filming style, which I thought was, for the most part, great. Just a little thing, the little nitpick I had, which was the camera always being so close to the water and a lot of water droplets on the camera lens. I think that got a little distracting after some points. The performances, though, were great. The music was great. There is a scene in here where, I mean, in the whole film, I was pretty much keeping it together, right? I was just like devastated, but I wasn't so much like breaking down. But there's a scene where Zachary Levi is, he's trying to pull back a certain individual, right? He's like yelling out his name. He's calling him out towards the end of the film. And it's just emotional. It's really emotional. The way that he was doing it, you can see the desperation in his face. You can see him struggling on the boat, just the water waves hitting him, the exhaustion he's facing. Just all of that was really well done. And Zachary Levi did an awesome job with this. So that scene really got me. That's where I was kind of getting teary-eyed and breaking it down a little bit. And it was just, God. This film is obviously a good film. I'm just going to tell you right now. It shows a lot of beautiful messages of hope, mostly hope, right? Because of the title itself, but courage, the need to survive regardless. No matter what, you have to survive. but you have to do it in a smart way, right? Don't lose your mind and just start kind of going crazy. Obviously, with the hype, now I'm not talking about the hypothermia, but I'm just saying like you being fine, like to begin with, don't panic, don't lose your head, how they say, and then make poor decisions. Like you really have to make good decisions even in these types of situations. So this character that Zachary Levi was playing, Nick Schuler, he was, I mean, a lot of respect to him and the other individuals as well. But this character, yeah, he definitely stood out to me a lot more. You know, definitely did. And yeah, Zachary Levi did an amazing job playing him. The guy that was playing the captain, phenomenal job. The way he was just remaining tough during the whole situation. He's the captain of the Coast Guard, by the way. He's like the people that are going out to rescue these four men. He did an awesome job with his performance. Very tough, very serious. And there's a part where he's talking about God, and I really thought that was beautiful. You know, these films don't really bring out topics of God or Jesus or anything like that. So I'm really happy that this was brought into this film. And then after the film, well, it shows a scene of the real person, the real individual, and tells a little bit about his story and what happened, right? And takes place during the Oprah show interview, like an Oprah show interview. So you guys want to stick around to check that out. But beautiful film, you guys, well shot. Just wish that there wasn't so much water in the lens. But if there wasn't water in the lenses, I think I would probably be able to see it a little clearer. But definitely a well-adapted film. And again, I'm so excited to read the book. So let me know what you guys thought about this. Did you guys check it out? If you haven't, I definitely recommend it. This is a great story. Check it out with your family. Check it out with your friends. Definitely give it a chance. But yeah, let me know your comments down below if you guys saw it. And let me know if I missed something that, you know, stood out to you. I would definitely be happy. I would be very happy to hear that. So thank you so much, guys, for listening to this review. If you stuck all the way to the end. And if you enjoyed this review, make sure to subscribe down below and also hit that bell notification and hit the like button so that way you can get more videos like this and you can be notified when I am uploading again. So thank you guys so much for watching this with me, and I will see you all on the next movie review. Take care of yourselves. Peace.